everybody, how are we all doing today? Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. I wanted to do a makeup look for you guys, as well as that to finish off my how we got together story, I guess, because it's something romantic and nice being Valentine's Day. So I've got my hair tied back, I've got my base makeup on, I'm ready to do my eyes, which is one of the most fun parts, right? I'm going to use this Sleek palette that I just got in my glossy box. My husband was like, oh, I really like that blue colour, I really like that green colour. So I said, okay, that's what you like, that's what I'm going to try and use for you, because that is love, right? And he is out there making sure my Valentine's cards are getting written. Of course, like the good husband he is. So if you want to see how this look progresses and what happens, then you need to subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up, share this video with all your friends, family, whoever, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Okay, let's get into the video. Just gonna put some stuff on my eyelids quickly. Nearly forgot. So, where was I with my story? Oh yes, it was the party. It was my brother-in-law's party and we had been at the pub, drinks had been had, we'd moved back to my brother-in-law's house where I'd organised some balloons, because it was his 21st or his 23rd birthday, something like that. And yeah, we were all having a merry time. And a lady, I don't know, a girl that we used to be quite good friends. We're not friends now. We just don't really see each other anymore. I'm gonna go into this. Oh no, got it on my trousers. I'm gonna go into this pale matte colour, just to like set down some initial colour. I'm using my Eco Tools brushes, of course. She also had an eye on my husband, and of course at this point nobody officially knew that he liked me or I liked him or anything like that. So she was trying to sit next to him, talk to him, get his attention, just as much as I was trying to sit next to him, talk to him and get his attention. The competition was on. She might deny it these days, but that is how it happened in my mind. So that is how my version of the story goes. There was even this bit where she tried to sit next to him on the sofa and I was like, no! So I sat in the gap between them. There wasn't really much of a gap. Ended up throwing my drink up the whole wall. Ridiculous. And there was this moment, because then I was still a smoker. Don't smoke, kids, it's no good for you. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just going to go into that other matte colour now with this fat but slightly denser brush, I guess. So we were going in and out for cigarettes. There was this just moment we were coming in for a cigarette and I said, where would you want to go most in the world? And he said Peru. And that was the place that I had always wanted to go most in the world. Like for years and years, since I was about 17. I wanted to go down the Inca Trail and I thought it'd be amazing to do that. And he said what I wanted to do, so I was like, OMG, you must be the one. I literally decided then and there that he was the guy that I was going to marry. People might think that's weird. We hadn't even kissed, he hadn't even said he liked me, I hadn't said I liked him, but I was like, I'm going to marry you. In my head. Obviously I'm not that crazy. And you might think, how can you even know? Well, it has actually happened to me before with my ex before that I just knew something was going to happen. And it did. But thankfully, we didn't take it any further, because if we did I wouldn't be happily married now. I'd either be unhappily married or maybe tied to him with a child or something, which I'm sure the child would be wonderful, but being tied to him would not be wonderful. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of black right in the corner. And I was like, oh yeah, Peru, I want to go to Peru as well. So we were both like, wow, this is amazing. And then we stayed up really late, and poor guy, he'd been at work for 12 hours. And then he'd come to this party, and then he stayed up until about 5 or 6 in the morning with me. We were just talking and talking and talking and talking. And in the night, well, we both pretended we were asleep. We sort of were drowsing off, but we both pretended we were asleep. And in the night, I put my arm over him. Like, oh, I'm just asleep. Oh, I'll just casually drape my arm over you. And he didn't move it, so I thought that was a good sign. And his brother woke up in the middle of the night for a cup of tea, and he was just like, oh, look what's going down there, down there. But we both pretended we were asleep. And we did fall asleep for a couple of hours, and then I woke up and it was about, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've just been lying here next to this boy who I really fancy, and I've been probably snoring and drooling, because I do snore, and drooling and being disgusting, and oh, he's gonna hate me. How can I do this? This is just insane. Why did I do that? How embarrassing. And he then said to me, oh, I've lost my phone. I can't find it anywhere. And I said, oh, okay. Then I was like, oh, if I call his number, I'll have his number. Because, you know, just asking for it would be just crazy, of course. And he thought to himself, oh, if I pretend to lose my phone, then she'll give me her number because she'll call it for me. We were both as smart as each other, eh? So that's what we did. And I got his number, and I waited like a day. And I texted him, and I was like, oh, it was coming up to bonfire night, because his brother's birthday's on the 1st, and obviously bonfire is on the 5th. So I said, why don't you come out with us for bonfire night and see the fireworks? Right, I'm going to go in with my smudge brush with this shimmer blue, see what that comes out as. The shine is good here, but not here. I might have to, oh hang on, maybe if I put a few more layers on, maybe if I put some setting spray on as well actually. I was supposed to be using green, wasn't I? Oh well, it's blue now, hang on. So we went out for bonfire night. He came with his sister, now my sister-in-law, and I drove with a couple of our other friends, and this is the weirdest makeup look ever, isn't it? Isn't it just? I shouldn't have used that stuff. I really try and pack this on. You know, it's so sad when you put it on you, like you do a swatch and then you try it later and you're like, oh, why? Why doesn't it look like it did when I swatched it? Oh, this blue's a bit dark. I should use the other blue. Never mind. It's done now. It is what it is. It's what it is. Maybe I can blend out the crease a bit more later. And we'd been texting. Oh, actually, I should tell you about the first text message. So I invited him to bonfire night, and he didn't reply all day. And I was like, oh, I feel so stupid. I said to my friend at work, he hasn't replied to me, he's not interested. I was obviously looking into it in the wrong way. He was obviously never interested. I was just, you know, making it up in my head that possibly he could have liked me. Why would he have liked me? He's too cute for me. Nobody ever likes me. You know all these self-doubt things. I went out to cinema with another friend. When I got out of the cinema, I don't know, it was about 8 o'clock or something. Guess who had a message? I had a message. I was like, oh, yay. And I couldn't stop grinning, and my friend was like, why are you so happy? What's just happened? And I was like, oh yeah, nothing. I just a text message from. And she was like, really? Is there something going on there? I was like, oh no, just nothing. And it was really funny actually, because none of our friends or my brother-in-law really were that interested. It was just all happening around them. This is such a really weird look. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is basically how not to do makeup. I'm just going to put a bit of concealer. Wow, this on in the middle. See if I can get that green to do what it did on my hand. So then we were texting, although I was interviewing him. If anyone ever read those messages, they would have been like, that's not sexy. That is not how you get a guy. Seriously, that is not how you get a guy. You do not get a guy by pestering him with lists of stupid questions. Although I guess you do get a guy by that because it worked. So maybe you do get a guy by doing that. So I'm just going to go into that green and see if I can make it stick on this. So we'd arranged via this texting that on bonfire night he would hold my ears for me because I love fireworks. I love fireworks so much, but I cannot stand the noise of fireworks. Well, it's not that I can't stand it, it just makes me jump a lot. So when I was little, my dad used to take us, but well, both my parents used to take us, but my dad used to always put his hands over my ears. So I said, oh, maybe you can put your hands over my ears. And he was like, yeah, I will do that. And we were like both excited that this was going to be our romantic moment together. However, the same friend who had been after him at the brother's birthday party was after him again. So she was like, oh, could you just come with me and get some hot chocolate before the fireworks started? And he, being the wonderful, kind guy he is, he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like, because he's very polite, he would do anything for anyone. Sometimes to his downfall, but I don't know if you can see that. The green is on there. I'm just going to try and blend out the top a little bit. Use some of that paler colour to like just shape the top a little bit more. It's not gone where I thought it was going to go at all. So that when you look up, I don't know if you would even know that that was green on blue. This is why I do get ready with me's and not tutorials, because I am pants at makeup. So yeah, it was at the time for the fireworks and he was nowhere to be seen. Because we got separated so that she could get her bloody hot chocolate. Just trying to get some of this blue underneath my eye. Oh, I know, that'd be a better idea. Why don't I put a bunch of the green underneath so it might be more obvious. And then after the fireworks were done, there were all these rides, there's like fairground rides and stuff. And I said, oh, come with me. And she was like, oh no, I want you to be with me. And I just grabbed his arm and I ran off and I was like, no, he's coming in my cart. Because he's too polite and he would have just done it, you know. He would have done, well, not whatever. He would have gone with her because he didn't know how to say no. Not because sounds like I'm just making it up like I'm some crazy person, but like later he did tell me that he was glad that I did that, so it's fine. And then we did that, and then we walked back together and we were talking and talking, and then we arranged to go out for some late night drives. Nothing happened, we were just talking and getting to know each other. And I was starting to wonder, because I was so used to guys being like sexual, I suppose, and obviously wanting one thing, or at least wanting some kind of kissing or attention or something. The idea of a guy like spending time with a guy and them not trying to make a move was really weird. But what I didn't appreciate at the time, because I didn't realise, I knew he'd been in hospital but we hadn't really talked about it, and I didn't know that his illness was schizophrenia, and I didn't know how he felt about a lot of stuff. And he's not that kind of guy. Like, he really is genuinely interested in who you are as a person. This is so dark. I don't think I've ever done an eyelid this dark before. But he was also waiting for signals from me because he didn't know. Yeah, he just didn't know where I was at. Like, or would I be interested or not interested? He didn't know what I knew. He didn't, and he was nervous. Like, is she gonna find out that I've got schizophrenia around a mile? Is she gonna find out I've got mental health illness of any kind and be really like, I'm not interested? And at that point, he hadn't ever imagined that he'd be getting together with somebody. So it was all a lot of things to contemplate. So one day I just said, I make it sound like this went on for a long time. It didn't. It was only after like I cannot do a wing to save my life. I don't know why I even try. It just gets worse and worse. I didn't mean to draw that line, that's for sure. Why couldn't I do that on the other side, apart from that bit at the bottom? Let's try and just neaten this up a little bit. Just don't look at me too close. So I said one day, look, I'm really enjoying spending time with you, but like, what's happening? Do you actually like me? Or I said, oh no, I said we should have a cuddle or something, and we just had this weird awkward cuddle when I left. And then I texted him and I said, when I got in, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Do you actually like me, or is this you just like me as a friend? And he's like, no, I really do like you. I do like you. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. I was like, okay, well, we should go on a proper date then. So we went on a date. And we went to the pub and we had a couple of drinks. I don't know why we drove there, but we did. And we went back to his parents' house and we watched a film. And I stayed over in my clothes, nothing happened. And then I just basically saw him every day after that. And then came the point where I said something about, oh, I only let my boyfriends do that. And he said, did I say, I can't remember if I said to him, do you want to be my boyfriend? Or he said, oh, can I be your boyfriend, or something like that. Something like that. Even with this, I can't get it in the lines. Can you imagine if I was doing this with a colour? That was that. And this November, we've been together 10 years. And then I made him get Facebook just so that I could put on Facebook, I've got a boyfriend, and have it connected. Now, he did say he wanted me to put on a really pale colour. I'm just going to go and check if he still wants that. Oh, well, this look has gone down well with husband, so now it's just to decide whether to go that one. That's quite nice, actually. I do feel like with these pale lipsticks, though, you don't really have a defining edge, because I'm not very good at applying that. And when it hasn't got a defining edge, I feel like it just doesn't look very clean. So I've got that one, or I could do this one, which is pretty much the same colour. But now I've outlined it in a matte lip, so maybe it will stay in place. And then I've got this one, which is like a gloss. Okay, they're all basically the same colour. That was my Aldi Lacura lipstick in Cushion Lip Gloss, which says Cares For You. I don't know what colour it is. I can't remember what colour this is. I don't know. Also Bella Pierre Kiss Proof Lip Cream in Nude, surprise surprise, and the Rouge Velvet, the lipstick, in Flaming Rose. And now I've got 3 different lip things on, so why not? So yes, that is the end of my love story, my Valentine's story, and we are still very happy today. I mean, I knew I was going to marry him. I just knew I was going to marry him. But I am always still pleased he does still like me after all this time. And I always thought, oh, I'm punching so far above, you know, because I always just thought he was so hot and I was so not. But I guess he saw something in me that he liked. He must have done, because he's still here, and I see lots in him that I like. And so I hope whatever you guys are doing for your Valentine's Day, that you are creating easier eye looks than this, not getting so stressed, because I guess, you know, it's something. It's definitely something. I wouldn't say it is the most fashion forward look or it's anything, but it's on my face, and he was like, oh, wow, you look so hot. And if my husband looks hot, that is what really matters on Valentine's Day. So we are going to crack some Prosecco and probably, hopefully, kiss a bit of this lipstick off, and maybe get an early night, if you know what I mean. Yeah, probably just fall asleep actually. And find something to eat, because I am starving. So until next time, I hope that you live every moment well, love every moment well, and take care of each other. Bye guys.